Hello, everyone. I wanted to take some time today and come live and speak about something which is very important to my heart, something that I'm going through, and I'm hoping this helps some of the listeners with all of this, noise around AI and job loss and, the world in general today. The most important aspect is mental health. As I have spoken multiple times on this channel, I go by the four burner principle. That means at any point, more than two burners should not be on high. The four burners are health, family, friends, and career. Now, if more than two burners, if you have to, constantly, take care of your health as well as your career is very demanding, and then, maybe you have a young child at home, these things they lead to burnout. So, what happens typically in such situations, whenever we are stressed to a limit that we are not used to handling on a regular, day-to-day basis, what happens is the body starts giving us signals that you have to change something. I am going through something in my own life as well right now. I recently had a loss in the family. I dearly was very close to an aunt, and she passed away. And that really shows how futile life is. But then in spite of that, there is pressures at job, and there are cuts every day, and typically AI is the one to be blamed, although that is not really the reason. Most of the time it is just to make sure that the stock prices and the stock market stays, keeps moving. So what I am trying to say is mental health is super important, and this is something that I am struggling with myself right now. Typically, I have also been tested, and I have propensity of depression. And I'm talking about all of this live here just because I want to share my example, so that if anybody else feels they're on the same boat, you should not feel that you are alone, but it happens and life happens. So typically, whenever depression hits me, I it's very hard for me to get out of bed. I start seeing, pimples here, mouth blisters, I have a sore throat. Essentially, the cortisol has built up so much that it's a little hard for me to function on a regular basis. So, in such situations, I typically like to come out for some sun, take some long walks, drink a lot of water, like essentially chugging. Um, because you might feel tightness around your chest, you might feel anxiety in your stomach. Any of these happen, know that it is, a symptom that your body is telling you that you have cortisol, or for whatever reason, something is not normal. And it's the body's natural fight or flight mode that gets activated. So, in such situations, it's very important for you to address and say, okay, I am in a fight or flight situation, which is fine. You just have to let it run its course. Nothing to be scared of. Nothing to think that it's going to take over, yourself and your being. But just have faith that it's a phase. You just have to sit in it and let it run its course. Mental health is hardest to control because you can't see it, right? So let's say if you get sick, you can see the symptoms and then you treat it, but you still take bed rest. You still take time off. But mental health, you typically try to push through, and that's never really the solution. So if you feel sad, depressed for whatever reason, your normal life is not typical anymore, please make sure you have at least two things that you're doing. First off is, again, do things to alleviate the tension, pressure. Go for walks, stay with nature, drink water, and at least have two people that you can call at any time to talk about things. And I'm saying two people because world is busy. It could very well be that one person is busy, so there's someone else that you can talk. Even chatting, texting, knowing that there is an outlet knowing that there is something else that you can focus on is a huge benefit, and you will automatically, feel, your day will just brighten up if you find somebody else that you can rely on. So, very important to notice if you are going through any kind of mental health concerns, heavy cortisol, fight or flight mode, but also understand you're not alone, and make sure you have at least two people that you can talk to, and you are doing enough to listen to your body and not trying to force the situation. Um, it will get better, it has to, but also, not forcing it to get better sooner. Sit in it, stew in it, and take every day, every breath as it comes. One thing that I do like to do a lot is box breathing, and I wanted to teach that to you. So, box breathing is when you inhale, hold, exhale, hold. So, we do it for 4 counts. Inhale. So, you keep repeating inhale and exhale, and you go from count 4 to count 6 to count 8. Box breathing should be practiced while you're walking, while you are drinking water, or something like that, and making sure that it becomes a part of what you're doing, so that the tension that you have built up can slowly start to alleviate. All right, that's all I wanted to chat with you today. If you have any other ways in which you deal with extreme built up stress, please feel free to share here, because this is the community where, although AI is a hot topic right now, it doesn't need to take over anybody's life. And that is what I'm trying to normalize here. Life happens to everyone, and it's important to have a balanced life. So if there are any other tips you'd like to share that you use in order to make sure that you are having a balanced life, this would be an awesome service to the community here. So thanks everybody. Take a chill pill, and hope you all feel good and better being home. Thank you so much, appreciate it.